What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jay. Welcome back. Today we'll be interviewing my buddy Melvin. He's a senior accountant, so let's sit down with him and see what he's got for us. What's going on, guys? So join me in welcoming Mel here. How you doing, Mel? How's it going?
Guys? Going good.
All right, cool. So we'll get started. Why don't you just tell us about your background? Tell us where you grew up, where you went to school, and what you've been up to.
So born and raised in the city of Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. Went to high school. I attended Carver, engineering and science, right near Temple's campus, which kind of influenced me to attend Temple for undergrad to get my bachelor's. Went to Temple for undergrad to get my bachelor's in finance, and now pursuing an MBA at Temple again.
All right, side note, he's my MBA buddy.
Chug it along,
exactly. Next question, what is your official job title as of today?
Official job title is senior accountant.
Senior accountant?
Yep.
Do you mind telling us where you work?
I work for a company that manages arenas, sports arenas, sports venues, and like convention centers and stuff like that.
That's awesome. So does that mean you get to meet celebrities and stuff?
Not really, because we don't own in the city of Philadelphia. We only manage the convention center.
Okay.
Whereas in other cities, we may manage like a sports arena. Like in Minnesota, we manage that their new arena that they just built.
Gotcha. That's cool.
So.
Nice.
I wish, but
so what is the starting salary for like a senior accountant or accountant in general, if you want to just
starting salary for a senior accountant would be, I'm gonna give you a range.
Yeah, that's fine.
Range would be, I want to say like 70,000 upwards to 85,000.
Gotcha. So what are the steps to get to a senior accounting position? Because I'm sure you just didn't get hired as a senior accountant.
Well, I feel like it's two different pathways to becoming a senior accountant. Mm-hmm. On one side, it's a senior accountant where you take your CPA. And on the other side, which I stand, is more so like finance.
Okay.
It's like a finance. It's like a mashup of finance and accounting.
So here's a question for you. If you have a finance degree, how did you get into accounting?
Because it's like they kind of like one and the same.
Okay.
It's one and the same, but if you wanna stick to just the books, like bookkeeping and stuff like that, head towards accounting.
Okay.
I don't want to stick towards just the bookkeeping and stuff. So in my job, I kind of do bookkeeping and I do finance things like budgeting and forecasting and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's a mashup.
So in terms of your career path, what steps did you take to get to where you are today?
Undergrad, studied finance. I figured I enjoyed dealing with numbers and stuff like that. I enjoyed math.
Okay. You enjoyed math.
I enjoyed math. Yeah, it's weird because
oh man.
I'll tell you a little story. So I think it started in elementary or grade school. Well, elementary is grade school. Grade school, whereas I joined this program. It's called 24.
Okay.
Ever heard of that program before?
No.
It's like they give you a card. It's 4 numbers and you gotta.
I remember doing that in the computer though. I don't remember doing it.
They had it on a computer. They had a computer version, but it was also like a deck of cards, and you would sit there with a group of pairs and stuff like that, and you would have the first one to come to 24 between the 4 numbers on the card wins or something like that.
Okay, and tell me you went to nationals.
No, I didn't. I didn't, but I feel like that probably that got my critical thinking up with me dealing with numbers and liking numbers and math and stuff like that.
So what were the steps in terms of you becoming a senior accountant? Because I'm assuming you started as just a regular accountant or junior accountant?
It was a junior accounting. So when I first started off, I was 2 years into my career and I was a junior accountant, where the guy that was above me, who was a senior accountant, he had left to become a controller at I think Aramark or something like that. So he left and that seat was vacant, and they saw my work ethic. Mm-hmm. They saw that I had the knowledge to do it, and they bumped me up to the senior accountant role.
Got you. So is it just junior accountant and senior? There's nothing in between?
Well, at my job, it's nothing in between.
Because
it's like a small, tight-knit finance department. So
got you. So in terms of your day-to-day, how does that look like? I do want to say, like, how does it differ from being a junior accountant to a senior accountant? Let's go through junior accountant.
So
what did you do on a day-to-day?
Junior accountant roles was just on a day-to-day basis. As a junior accountant, you just mainly doing AP, which is accounts payable.
For your specific job,
for my specific job, it was more so just AP. So you're basically on a day-to-day basis, you're gathering invoices, make sure they're getting the correct signatures from the department heads who ordered the service or product, making sure they get paid. So you processing checks.
Wow.
And that's I would say that's mainly it. And you filing away the paperwork.
Got you. And then in terms of a senior accountant, what are you doing?
In terms of a senior accountant, you're more so in the office with like the controller or the director of finance, and you more so like picking up on the game that they're going through, making the business work. You also working along AR specialist, which is the accounts receivable specialist, and seeing how their day-to-day goes about, and you managing like the larger accounts that you have, talking to the unions and stuff like that, because we got unions at our building.
Gotcha.
It's a lot that it's like a melting pot. At my job specifically, it's like a melting pot being a senior accountant.
So you're kind of like
all over the place.
Yeah, you kind of have to know literally what everyone is doing and how that's affecting your day-to-day in terms of the money processing in general, right?
Yep. And I kind of feel as though like it forces you to build those relationships with those other people, other departments.
So what do you enjoy more in between the two roles you have done?
I enjoy where I'm at now.
Gotcha.
Being a senior accountant.
So that leads to me asking, what is the most enjoyable part of your job?
It would have to be like hitting your numbers, if that makes sense. So like if you work alongside a different department, let's say a sales department or a utilities department.
Okay.
Work alongside those departments and y'all sit there and y'all plan and budget, plan a forecast for the upcoming year.
Okay.
And as a finance guy, if y'all hit those numbers that y'all planned for, or even below those numbers, it means that y'all saved money or you was on point.
Got you.
And seeing that as a person that crunch numbers is a good thing.
So are you like coordinating a lot between all the departments regarding, what the future goals are and what the past past were? Okay.
And that's another thing that I mentioned earlier that I liked about the current position, is that you get to talk to the other department heads and you're not just confined to your one department. So
let's just say that I want to have a flower show in your convention center, right? I'm just using that as an example. Who pays for what? How does that work?
So the breakdown would be if you want to have a flower show at the convention center, it would then be, are you having vendors at your flower show?
And so I would invite the vendors.
Yes.
That's not convention's job.
Yeah, that's your job. So that's how you would make your money. So you would come to us as a show manager saying, okay, I want to have a flower event and I got X amount of people to sign up and they're going to be there at this flower event.
Okay.
So then, you would be the show manager, the show runner. You come with one of the event planners and sales. They put it together. You tell them what you need. I need this light over here. I need this plants and stuff over there. Bam, bam, bam. And that's how the expenses get drawn up.
Okay.
And then that's how you get billed. Then it's like, okay, it's up to you to be like, okay, the amount of people that I invited to be vendors at my event, am I turning a profit over the amount of expenses that I'm paying to have this event at the convention center?
Got you.
And then once that's said and done, we get a portion of what you make or what you didn't make.
So then, in terms of the least enjoyable part of your job, what do you think is the least enjoyable?
The least enjoyable would be not getting out there and doing like I want to say like probably like community service and stuff like that.
Is that part of your
I wish it was.
Okay.
I wish it was in part of
it was or it was not?
No, I'm saying I wish it was.
So,
I wish we did have the opportunities to get outside of being inside the building, crunching numbers and stuff like that.
Got you. If you were to change your career, what would you do?
If I was to change my career, what would I do? I would combine what I currently do, my career in finance. I would combine that with my passion in sneakers.
Sneakers, okay.
Yeah, and I mentioned this to you before. It's like I would try to combine the two and probably like work for like a Nike or Adidas if I could.
Okay.
Or like not only in corporate, but like probably like on the creative side.
Creative side, okay.
Creative side of like creating sneakers and stuff like that. So
if you were to give another person who's pursuing this career and some advice for their future, what would you tell them? Like, what would you tell them about what the job is like, and what would you tell them about what would help them for a day to day?
My advice would be to network. That would be like my number one advice. If you like numbers, this would definitely be a career for you. Either you take the finance route, or you take the mathematician route, or become a teacher. If you like crunching numbers, here you go. This is a job for you.
But if you don't like numbers, don't get
into it. But if you don't like numbers at all, don't get into it. Like I always felt as though like you had the people who like numbers and they didn't like reading. You had the people who like reading and didn't like numbers.
Except for me, I hate both. There is a special request from one of my viewers, so I'm going to make a statement, and I want you to tell me, I want you to respond.
Okay.
So if you fail 9 times, what do you do?
If you fail 9 times, what do you do? Try again. If you fail 9 times and you're a guy like I am, I don't like probably odd numbers, try again for the 10th time.
Gotcha. So keep trying. That's the motivation, right?
Keep trying.
All right, super. Thank you so much. All right, we'll wrap it up. Appreciate it. If you are interested in a specific career path or know someone who'd like to be interviewed, please email us at askalutely@gmail.com. That's basically absolutely without the BS.